Welcome to Global Truth Podcast with Dr. Nasir Baig. Before he was commanding the biggest media spotlight in American municipal politics, Zohran Mamdani was an outsider by design. Born in Kampala, Uganda, to a world-renowned academic and an iconic independent filmmaker, Mamdani's path to City Hall was anything but conventional. He wasn't groomed by backroom party bosses or bankrolled by Wall Street. Instead, his political DNA was forged on the pavement of Astoria, Queens, working as a foreclosure prevention counselor, helping working class immigrants, keeping roofs over their heads, and operating as a hip hop artist under the moniker Mr. Cardamom. When he shocked the political establishment in 2020 by defeating a 5-term incumbent for a seat in the New York State Assembly, the machine wrote it off as a fluke. When he won re-election, they called it a local anomaly. But when this democratic socialist pulled off an astonishing upset against former Governor Andrew Cuomo to claim the mayoral primary and subsequently cruised into Gracie Mansion, the entire national landscape shifted. Mamdani didn't just enter City Hall. He brought a completely new playbook. He replaced the typical corporate-backed mural public relations machine with raw, viral, cell phone and hand digital communication that speaks directly to the anxieties of everyday people. From demanding rent freezes to enacting aggressive wealth taxes right outside the doors of billionaire penthouses, Mamdani has spent his first months in office proving that his populist platform wasn't just campaign rhetoric. It was a blueprint for governance. And right now, in the intense heat of June, that blueprint is facing its ultimate test. A high-stake collision between the world's most lucrative sporting event, the resurgence of New York basketball, and the working-class people who actually run the city. It started with an ad that went completely viral across Instagram and TikTok. There's the mayor of New York City, dressed in a sharp suit, casually juggling a soccer ball on a public pitch like a seasoned midfielder. It looked like a fun, light-hearted promotional video for the FIFA World Cup matches being hosted right here in the region. But within 10 seconds, the tone shifts drastically. The playful grin fades, the camera zooms into a tight frame, and Mamdani goes on the offensive. This wasn't a video welcoming global executives to New York with open arms and text breaks. It was a direct, calculated swipe at corporate greed and the institutional rot of modern megasports. Mamdani used this, his personal passion for the game, not to praise FIFA, but to humanize a political platform that views international sporting bodies as hyper-capitalist extraction machines. As he declared directly to the camera, the beautiful game belongs to the people who love it, not the billionaires who hoard it. This viral moment perfectly encapsulates the Mamdani brand of political theater. It takes something deeply cultural, a global sport loved by millions of working class immigrants across New York's 5 boroughs, and uses it as a Trojan horse to deliver a hard-hitting anti-corporate message. He didn't just show up to cut a ribbon. He showed up to pick a fight. And let's be honest, FIFA gave him plenty of ammunition. As the World Cup games kicked off in the region, New Yorkers were met with the harsh reality of corporate sports monopolies. Ticket platforms experienced immediate massive website malfunctions, locking out regular fans, while dynamic pricing algorithms sent tickets costs skyrocketing into the thousands of dollars. But the tipping point for the administration wasn't just the pricing. It was the sheer disregard for basic human dignity during an intense June heat wave. FIFA implemented a strict ban on fans bringing their own plastic water bottles into the stadiums, forcing attendees to buy overpriced refreshments inside while temperatures on the concrete concourses soared past 90 degrees. Mamdani didn't issue a polite, sanitized press release through a deputy. He took to the airwaves and social media to call out FIFA's money-hungry price gouging practices by name. To counter this corporate lockdown, the Mamdani administration pulled off a masterful bureaucratic maneuver. Leveraging the city's massive municipal footprint and hosting leverage, The administration secured thousands of subsidized $25 World Cup match tickets specifically reserved for local New Yorkers through public lotteries. Think about the contrast here. While corporate executives and national elites are paying thousands to sit in air-conditioned luxury boxes, a construction worker from the Bronx or a delivery driver from Queens is sitting in the stands of high-demand matches like Morocco versus Norway or Scotland versus Bolivia, all for the price of a cheap lunch. It is a brilliant example of policy matching rhetoric, using state leverage to claw back a piece of a billionaires class event and hand it right back to the public. But if you think Mamdani is simply anti-sports, you're missing the entire strategy. While he's fighting FIFA in the trenches, he's simultaneously capitalizing on a historic electric NBA Finals championship run by the New York Knicks. Just days ago, Mamdani stood before the cameras to announce a massive ticker tape parade and City Hall ceremony to celebrate the Knicks championship triumph, breaking a grueling 53-year title drought. But pay close attention to how he frames this victory. To Mamdani, the Knicks' success isn't just about civic pride or sports nostalgia. It is a massive economic driver that can be harnessed for public good. The administration estimates that the concurrent surge of the World Cup and the historic Knicks playoff run has generated over $460 million in economy activity and city revenue. In previous administrations, a windfall like that would be funneled right back into corporate tax incentives, tourism subsidies, or luxury real estate developments. Not under this administration. Mamdani has made it explicitly clear that this $460 million sports dividend is being earmarked directly for the bedrock of his working class platform, funding expanding affordable housing initiatives, universal childcare programs, and public healthcare infrastructure across the city. By contrast, look at his strategic visual messaging. In a recent televised ad broadcast during the playoff run, Mamdani appeared alongside progressive congressional allies, tossing a basketball back and forth while explicitly talking about stopping bad landlords and preventing billionaires from buying up local elections. He's effectively trying the joy and economic power of New York sports directly to the material survival of everyday New Yorkers. What we are witnessing in New York right now is a masterclass in modern populist governance. It's an approach that understands a fundamental truth about human nature. People love sports, community, and shared joy. But they despise being exploited, priced out, and treated like cattle, especially by multi-billion-dollar corporate syndicates. Mayor Zohran Mamdani's World Cup flex isn't just about juggling a soccer ball in a suit or handing out lottery tickets. It is a structural attempt to rebalance the scales. It proves that a city can host the biggest spectacles on earth without completely selling its soul to the corporate greed. It shows that the revenue generated by our collective passion can be used to build a more equitable society, funding daycares instead of corporate box suits, and affordable apartments instead of billionaire tax shelters. As the summer heat continues to rise and the global stage remains fixed on New York, the world is watching to see if this democratic socialist experiment can hold the line. Can you dance with global capital while keeping your feet firmly planted on the pavement of working class survival? If Mamdani's current performance is any indication, New York might just be rewriting the rules of the game entirely. What do you think about Mayor Mamdani's approach to taking on FIFA while leveraging the sports economy for public housing? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. I'm Dr. Nasir Baig for Global Truth. Until next time, stay informed and keep seeking the truth.